Well, one of the most beautiful things to connect to spirit is music. And we'll be talking about that in this 1 hour deep dive of a healer's experience over 20 years working with thousands of clients and getting the feedback from those clients, and my own personal journey of being an auctioneer to becoming a healer for 20 years. And not just a healer that says they're a healer and does 1 healing sessions a week or a month. A healer who practices every day, 7 days a week on clients, and was fully booked for many, many months. So my work speaks for itself, and hopefully you can take some of this information and realize it's not ego. It's purely the truth that can help you along your journey. And if you're suffering right now, if you're here watching right now, welcome. If you're on replay, welcome. There is no space and time. So this video is just as relevant to you if you're watching it now or in 10 years. So if you're here and you've been brought here, there's certain reasons for that. And I truly believe that where you are right now is where you're meant to be. So I'm going to take you through a little journey of conversation and deep dives and nugget truths, golden nugget truths of the things that helped my clients along their journey. Now, each one of us is on a very, very, let's say, unique journey. And there is no race, there is no hurry. We've been led to believe by the powers that be that control the mind that we need to be fixed in 7 days. So we would rush to a shop to get a box of tablets that fixes it in 3 days. But of course, you know, that isn't true. It's just it's a band-aid. You're never really fixed until you really look at the root cause. So this is no different. Connecting to spirit. And if you say that I can't connect, Mark, I've never been able to connect, it's only because you've just been given a band-aid and never healed the root cause of why. So mind, body, and spirit is something that I can actually talk about now. Prior to this, it was spirit, a little bit of mind, but now I can talk about the body because I've learned so much. There is a big question, and that question is, how is it that some people can eat the worst foods? How is it that some people can drink alcohol? Why is it that some people can just do all the wrong things and yet still connect to the spirit world? And that's a fascinating question. But if you look at the majority of people, I don't think we can all use that information. And that is that person is stronger than many others. They have a stronger connection. So it's true, there are some people who can connect much stronger. I, for one, had to work very hard. So we'll talk about that as well. And you know, when it's hard to connect, you have to try and find things to help you connect. This idea of I was born with this gift basically means that they were in tune, and whatever happened throughout their life was kept. Most of us have it erased, whether that's schooling system, whether it's our parents, whether it's an illness or whatever it may be, trauma. Some people were just lucky enough to hold on to that gift that we all have. So first of all, I'd like to say welcome everybody. You all have the gift of communication. If you're 17 watching this, if you're 8 watching this, if you're 96 watching this, there is no, well, I'm this age and I can't possibly do it. That has nothing to do with connecting to the spirit world. It's a simple art and practice that you would continue doing day by day, and it will lead you to the place of communication and connection, hearing our spirit world and feeling them. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody on here. I very, very rarely say hello to people on here. So hi, Brendan, Ranos. My eyes aren't brilliant today. Jojo, Glenn. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It's always short notice, and the reason why is because I always work in the moment. I'm not somebody who really, I have to have other people tell me to do things, or make sure you leave it a week or a month and let everybody know. It's not how I work. So at least you've got replay. So in front of me here, I have some spiritual tools that help me along my journey. But I'd like to first of all start by talking about the mind. So there is a known fact that inside the brain, there is a section in there that's called the pineal gland. And they say that that's the communication. It's the antenna to connect to our spirit world. It's also, I believe, connected to the consciousness which is within us. So from here to here, this is why when we do healing, we place one hand on the head and one hand on the heart. And that was predominantly the most powerful two-handed healing sessions that I ever gave. I wonder why that is. Makes sense. And funnily enough, when people were laying down, my hand would go. So if their head was here, my hand would go there at the back of the head, and my other hand would touch their heart. So you're connecting, you're doing a connection, you're healing the pineal gland. And how do you heal the pineal gland? Well, in a body way, you would start to figure out what to intake in your body to clear the pineal gland, to keep it strong and make it healthy and make it grow. So in a spiritual sense, the same thing happens when we place our hand on, and you can do this as well. It's a natural thing to do. When you place your hand on your head like this and hold your other hand out to receive like this, you will automatically give what I would give as a healing session. Your energy, my energy have nothing to do with it. It's to do with receiving. So you'll see this on many pictures, okay? So loads of pictures. You'll see the Buddha, Jesus, many people doing this. So what it means is I receive in this hand and I give you in that hand. So that's what we do. This is the healing, and they were all healers. So they were trying to tell us something by the way they hold their hands. So the simple fact of strengthening the pineal gland, I try and help people understand, is that imagine your pineal gland is in a mess, or it's covered with something. A lot of us now have been mentioning for 20 years about certain fluids that we drink that causes an issue to the pineal gland, and we have to clear that. And one of them is fluoride. So if you are brushing your teeth with fluoride toothpaste, if you are drinking fluorinated water, it is 100% known scientifically that it dumbs down or covers and creates a barrier to the pineal gland, so it doesn't function. So you don't have that attention, that signal, that intuition that makes you realize something's wrong, something's not right. And we really need that to be able to help us connect to the spirit world. It's definitely something that helps heighten the feeling and the understanding of our spirit world, which is all around us at any given moment. So the pineal gland. So look into that and start to clean it. One of the things that you can look for, and it's fascinating when you start to look for, if you've ever heard of the signatures of life, the signatures of life being what looks like something is normally relative to what you're looking at. So if you crack open a walnut, what does it look like on the body? It looks like the brain. So put two and two together and you think, okay, maybe this is good for the brain. Okay, so if you look at the pineal gland, you'll see it looks like a pine cone. And if it looks like a pine cone, what kind of fruits look like a pine cone? Right, that's right. You've got it, eh? Have you got it? It's a big chunky thing. So pineapple is really good for decalcifying the pineal gland. But I'd like you to do some research today and start looking into this. It's great for your first steps towards homework. So write that down and start to drink fresh, organic pineapple juice or eat pineapples. And if you want a quick high as well, then mix fresh orange with that and then put it in your mouth, both of them together, and chew, and you'll get a natural high. So that's also on a side note. So the pineal gland, as you place your hand on here and your other hand out, and you're receiving this energy, which naturally then starts to strengthen that particular pineal gland, it not just strengthens it, but it heals it. It heals it in so many ways. So I often refer to a muscle, and a friend of mine said, no, don't call it a muscle. But I saw it as the pineal gland, I saw it as a muscle. And what that means is it's something inside your head that needs to be strong. And if that muscle is feeling bad, if it's red, if it's sensitive to the fact that it's in pain, then you're not going to be able to use that pineal gland. So when you heal the pineal gland and strengthen it by placing your hand on your head and your other hand out, receiving the energy from the universe, you'll automatically start to strengthen it. So if it's red and raw, it becomes, the rawness disappears and it becomes strong again. And now it's ready to do its work. So forgive me for using that analogy of a muscle. It isn't. We know it isn't. It's something very special. So bear that in mind. The mind is extremely stubborn. The mind only enjoys the rabbit run, which means that you are a creature of habit. So you have to learn to break the habit of your run every day. And there's so many things you can break your habit with. So try to learn to enjoy breaking the habits that you have. You will find that there might be a pushback. It might be anger. It might be fear. But you have to learn to change slightly. And it doesn't take long before that change becomes freedom. And then you look back and realize how boxed you were and how much you were a robot every day. So you have to break free from old patterns. By doing that, you'll find that you'll connect to the spirit world far more easily. And in that moment of doing these things, then spirit can introduce ways of getting communication, getting signs and messages to you. If you're doing the same run all the time, doing the same thing, I think it's never quite as easy. So when I broke free from where I was doing the same thing every day, and I said, I'm not doing this no more, I'm leaving, everything happened for me. And I'm not telling you to leave everything, but I'm just saying simple steps. So in the morning, if it's possible in the morning, sorry guys, somebody's next door neighbors there. I don't want you just focusing on her cleaning. So in the morning, if it's possible, could you do for me something as a little favor for me? Just do it for me, and do it just for 7 days. In fact, anything that I ask you to do today, start on Monday for 7 days. At least try and put 3 of the things into practice. What vibrates at your frequency, you'll feel, oh yeah, listen to that, write it down. Okay, if it doesn't vibrate, if it doesn't feel right, no problem, leave it. But if something vibrates to you, it means that the spirit world is asking you to do that. Not you, but maybe your higher self in connection with the spirit world. So listen to yourself. Please don't, on a side note, don't look at anybody as a hero and the answer, because then you will never be the true you. You will only be a follower. So don't follow me, don't follow anybody, but take from people like I did at the start of my work. Oh, that feels right. I'm going to try that. Oh, that, thank you very much. But I didn't hail anybody and bow down to anybody. That's a bad thing to do. Okay. So meditation. Oh, meditation. How do you meditate? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you meditate. Nobody really knows how to meditate. Everybody's winging it. They're all pretending to meditate. Nobody really touches meditation as we should do. Nobody. They all pretend. Even the gurus pretend, but they don't hit nirvana. It's very challenging to hit nirvana. It takes a lot of time and effort. So don't worry. We're all beginners, all of us in this lifetime. But the more you practice, it's like going to the gym. The more you practice lifting a weight, that weight, you'll say, oh, I think I can lift a heavier one than that. And that's the same with meditation. So sit for 5 minutes in the morning when you get up and just close your eyes. And the simplest way to do this is whatever comes into your mind, be happy with. Whatever stays in your mind, let it stay. Whatever leaves your mind, let it leave. There's nothing that you can do that will cause any issue towards your meditation. By saying that to yourself, your mind tends to shut off then, because your mind is always looking for explanations, whys. But if you say it doesn't matter, it's fine. I'm just closing my eyes. I'm just sitting here for 5 minutes, and let your mind wander. Let your mind be confused, because you have to go through the process of letting all of these thoughts and feelings go, but you can't do it. Your mind gets used to it by, oh, he's doing it. She's doing it again this morning. She sat down for 5 minutes again. And eventually your mind will say, oh yeah, I'm used to this now. Oh yeah, this is normal. And in a month or 2 months, your mind will say, hey, how come we're not sitting down for 5 minutes like we did do? So it's retraining your mind. So I'm not asking you to do 1 hour. I'm just asking you to do 5 minutes. And if you just feel like you've done 6 minutes, wow, good for you. If you've done 4 minutes, no problem. It's okay. So try to meditate for 5 minutes in the morning before you get up. Give yourself 5 minutes, because you're not a slave. Okay. So by doing that, you also empower yourself to say, actually, this is my life. And I am not in, not my mind is not in control of my life, as your mind is at this moment. Most of your mind's in control of your life. And what you fill in your mind is exactly what controls you. So if we can fill in our mind a little bit of meditation, then it's a start for you to wake up and realize that I shouldn't be filling my mind with all of these things through the day. I should be flowing more and not being controlled by my mind. So meditation in the morning, brilliant. Second, could you do me a favor just before you go to bed? Is do the same thing for 5 minutes. Meditate for 5 minutes. If you find yourself falling asleep, fall asleep. It's fine. But meditate for 5 minutes if you can before you fall asleep. Don't look for anything. Don't ask for anything. Don't want anything. Just be. Just simply be. That's all I ask you to do for 7 days. Just simply be in them 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. You don't need to be aware of what's going on in your mind. I just want you to sit there and do it, because I want you to practice this 5 minutes, because there is a great power in practice. There's a great power. Step one, do it. Because the thing is, if I tell you what to do now, you might not do it. So I want you to just do it. Okay. And then I'll do a follow-up video, and we can then look further into details in what I'm talking about. Okay. Through the day, in these next 7 days on Monday, I would like you all, right? This is going to sound crazy, right? I'd like you all to talk to somebody that you love in spirit. Generally, I find that talking to one person, focused on one person, eliminates all the confusion. So I would say, who is it that you miss and love? Oh, I miss and love everybody, but who sprung to your mind first of all? Okay, write their name down today now and say, for the next 7 days, I'm going to communicate to that person. So if it was me now, my mum would be my communication. So I'd write down my mum, and if it's mum, or if it's somebody else's name, Marissa or whoever it may be, write the name down. So you're making a commitment for 7 days to speak to that one person who's in the spirit world. And what you're going to do is you're just going to talk to them through the day. So no matter what you're doing through the day, I want you to be aware that you are spending time and you are communicating to the person that you love in the spirit world. It might be your child, whoever it may be, right? And I want you to speak to them through the day. I want you to be aware of, instead of thinking about, talking to somebody who's living on this earth, I want you to try and change your thoughts to think, I want to speak to somebody in the spirit world that I love. So I want to speak to my mum. So I want to share the day with my mum. So you could, prior to the waking up, speak to the spirit world, speak to the person that you love, and then meditate. So before you go to sleep, speak to the person that you love in the spirit world, and then meditate. There's a reason for this. You can speak out loud, but you might find you'll get sectioned and thrown into no, I'm kidding. There's none of them places anymore, so you're okay. You might get people laughing at you, but speak out loud to the spirit world. If you're cooking, cleaning, working, doing something, speak to the loved one in the spirit world. By speaking to them, I'd like you to also, in that conversation, ask questions. So ask them, how are you? How's everything going? How are you feeling at the moment? How is so-and-so? Because remember, they know everybody. So what's going on in the spirit world? What's going on in this world? Is there anything that I need to know? Is there anything that you would like to share with me? Okay. By doing this, you just need to put the question out there. You don't need to wait for the answer. That's the mistake. Don't wait for it. Just put the questions out there, and the spirit world is listening. So by doing this, you're beginning the start of your connection to the spirit world. Okay. The other thing is, which is a great thing to do, is the person that you are thinking of connecting to in these next 7 days, put it on your phone, put their photo on your phone. So put that photo image everywhere. Keep it in your pocket, keep it everywhere, in your car, your image. So you're trying to connect to that one person all the time. Okay. And the photo, it tricks the mind and makes it remember. So then it connects to the pineal gland. So the pineal gland's trying to connect. Your heart is trying to connect to your consciousness. So your consciousness is coming closer to the heart, and then it's trying to work. It's trying to work to connect, to listen, to hear. So that does the work on its own. You don't need to worry about, oh, I need to listen. That's the mistake. You don't need to. If you're meant to hear, you'll hear, and you just keep doing the work. I know this is a bit creepy and stuff, but is there, if there's a grave, if there's somewhere where you went together that was really personal, if there was a tree or something that you have a connection with, if there is a piece of jewelry, if there's something that helps you connect to them, get that out too. Okay, so get as much out that will remind you of that person. And in that, spend time with them. In the photo, in the place where they are, spend as much time. Try and make time in the 7 days, whether it's physically or spiritually. So you can sit and, if you were at a park together, you'll sit down, close your eyes and see yourself in the park. So for me, my mum, we'd walk down Gledholt Road, Gledholt Bank, we'd go down to the bottom, and then we'd go across and we'd go through, I can't remember what it's called, then up, and then we'd go to bingo, and we'd sit and play bingo together. Well, she'd play bingo, and then we'd come back home and we'd walk up again. And sometimes she'd poop on the way up. She'd look around first, and then she'd poop, and I'd laugh my head off. I'd be bringing back all of that, and that there's no space and time. You can pull yourself back to that in that moment, and you can be in that moment, and you can start crying, and you can start feeling the love, and that is still time. That is where you are. That is a connection. So these things are healthy. This is like going to the gym. It's just another exercise. So try to do that. Okay, the last thing with the mind is the most important thing. Stop listening to fear. Stop watching TV. Stop watching the black screen with any negativity. It's one week of only love, only beautiful things, only wonderful, wonderful things, beautiful music, all the good things. That is so important. Okay, no distractions. No, stop it. For 1 week, leave me alone, guys. Stop telling me anything bad. I just want to connect to my mum this week. I'm spending a week connecting to my dad. I'm spending a week connected to my grandma. I'm spending a week connected to my sister, my brother, my uncle, whoever it is that you love. Okay, so make sure the people around you honor what you're doing. Okay, honor what you're doing, and let them be. Let them hold the bar as you're lifting that final push, saying, "Come on, you can do this." So get support for doing this. Okay, that's the mind. That's the short version, deep dive short version. I could just bearing in mind that I'm only doing an hour, and if I was to do this on a course, this would be 2 or 3 days. So I'm giving you basic little golden nuggets, okay, that you can start with. Okay, we'll move on to body. This is the physical body now, not the mind. We've done the mind, physical body. Okay, can you do this? It's okay if you can't, but small steps. And if you can, the first thing is to detox your body. Detoxing your body. You've already started, by the way, by your pineal glands, but detoxing the whole of your body is really important. So find ways to detox your body. There are certain ways you can detox your body, which is you can go on to raw foods. If you go on to raw foods for 7 days and look at your eyes the first day and look at your eyes on the last of the 7 days, if you've got blue eyes, your blue eyes will become more blue and vibrant than you could ever imagine if you just eat raw vegetables for 7 days. Your skin will change and you will feel totally energized and uplifted. Try and clear sugar out of your body completely for 7 days. Don't touch sugar. Don't have any pasties. Don't have any crappy foods that are in plastics. Don't have any, but it's just one chocolate croissant. It's just a piece of cake. No, just for 7 days. If you want to honor your family and spirit, then you'll do it. Or you won't. And then this is a waste of time for you. So it's up to you. I can't babysit you, but it's up to you. Have you got the strength to do this? I think not, but prove me wrong. And if you do, well done. Amazing. I had to go through this. Let's see if you can. Okay. So there is another step that you could use, which is water. So this is a water fast. This is really profound. I'm not expecting you to do this, but in time, if you can do a water fast, that will be amazing. If you can do a 1 day water fast, that would be incredible. If you do half a day water fast, is brilliant. So if you increase that water fast to a day, to 2 days, 3 days, then that'll blow me away. Always seek advice when you're doing water fasting. Always, do cleansings, always do enemas while you're doing it. So you're purifying your body. So look at somebody who's knowledgeable on water fasts. It's very important. Juicing is the second thing really that I would suggest is fantastic for your body. Juicing fruits and vegetables is fantastic. So the kind of connection to the spirit world we're looking for is the kind of connection to our higher self. So the idea of understanding that the heart is the connection to the consciousness, which then connects to the spirit world, because we're all one where we come from. Not everybody in this planet comes from the same place, but where we come from with love and compassion and wanting to help people, the heart is a good place. So look for the colors when you're juicing or when you're eating raw with a heart. Tomatoes, red peppers, anything red that goes inside, strawberries, all the red things. Just choose organic red things and either eat them raw or juice them. This is a fabulous thing to do. And the amount of people have healed themselves from raw diets, from cancer, is incredible. The amount of people have healed themselves from so much dis-ease from eating fruitarian diet is incredible. But each to their own. I'm not telling you to do anything. It's just up to you if you want to take some. If some of these things feel right and you think you can do it, great. If not, don't worry. This is only little nuggets of truth that help. They won't get you there. They'll just help you along your journey. So colors, we come to the top, pineal gland. What's at the top? What's up here? We're looking at high vibration colors. So we're looking at purples. So purple vegetables, purple fruits, you know. So just think about that. Oh yeah, grapes. Oh yeah, purple. Oh, beets. Oh, so you'll think about it and you'll figure it out. Okay, so that's another wonderful thing to do. If you don't want to do those things fully, then just integrate some of them into your diet. So the more good things you put into your body, that's going to help you connect to the spirit world, the less crap you're putting into your body. So the more good things you're putting in, the less crap you're putting in. Makes sense. So try and see in a way that I'm not offending you, I'm not upsetting you, and you're not offending yourself and not upsetting yourself. But you will come to a point where your mind is going to start getting angry with you and saying, what you're doing, I don't like this, because your mind fears anything new. You have to learn to say to the mind, relax. Calm down. It's all good. You're going to be surprised how wonderful this is. And your mind is going to start to learn something new. So you are going to teach your mind how new things are really, really beautiful. And the more you teach your mind this, the more your mind then says, hey, I want more. I want to do something different now. And it's great how easy it is to change your mind. So purification of the body is a huge thing. Purifying your body. There are so many ways to purify your body, but ultimately you know yourself, know thyself. So what is it that your body needs purifying most of all? You know, not me, because the most challenging part of your body, the most painful part of your body, the most part where it's the difficult, or you've got an issue with something in your body. It might be that you think it's a disease or whatever it is. You have to learn to detox that. You need to focus on that, whatever that is, because that is the one thing that will stop you from connecting. So just focus on one thing, just the one thing that your body needs healing from. And there's always a fruit and always a vegetable that will help with that. There's always a herb, there's always a root that will help with that. You just need to figure it out. Okay, so that's the body side of things. Now let's go to the soul or the spirit side of things. So here's the things that I've learned, okay, about how to connect to the spirit world. The first thing is we need to do is cleanse our environment. The environment in a room is really, really vital for high connection. Why? Because when you clear the room of negative energy, one, it gives a new breath of life into the air. And secondly, and most importantly, the spirit world can easily come into that energy frequency. If this room is filled with negativity, it's hard for the spirit world to come down to our level of energy. The spirit world can come down to a certain point of energy, and we are here, but if we cleanse, we can meet them. They can meet us right in the middle. And that is the powerful thing. That's the secret to the spirit world and our world coming together. To call it veils, coming in between veils, but it's easier for me to explain it this way. So we do it in a number of ways. Firstly, we as a body and an aura and energy needs to purify, cleanse, and strengthen that, so that spirit world can come close to us. In fact, can come into our energy and heal us incredibly well. So this is a win-win situation. So cleanse the room is the most important thing. I've got tons of videos out there on this channel talking about how to cleanse a room with sage. Sage is number one. If you haven't got sage, Palo Santo. So I use my sticks are the best in the world. I know they are, because they are used all over the world. They're number one seller on my website. They are incredible. They're called Sacred Negative Energy Sticks. And I'm not just saying it to plug them. I'm telling you, Palo Santo, these sticks are phenomenal. Why? easy to burn, not like the Palo Santo sticks where you're struggling to get any kind of smoke, and it's the smoke that you need. So you cleanse your body with these sticks for 3 minutes, and you'll find that anything that's attached to your energy clears away, and your own energy is then vibrant and strong, like the Ready Break advert, like we used to see as kids. That's what you want, that energy frequency. That's that way that the spirit world can come down into your energy and give you information. So cleanse your body every day, at least 3 minutes a day, and cleanse the room at least once a week. That's what I'd say. So if you're going to do this for 7 days, then make sure you get some good incense. Palo Santo is preferable if you can. Sage, frankincense is another fantastic one. So there's so many incense, but a lot of them, others do work. So just don't be frightened. Use the scent that you want in the room, but sage is the best. There is no better. There's nothing better than sage. And burning sage is that the secret is the smoke. So you need to get the smoke in the room. Okay, so refer you back to my videos on YouTube, cleansing your room. Okay, so oils. Why do we use oils? We use oils because Mother Nature gave us that. That's why you should walk out in nature, because Mother Nature has some frequency and vibration that brings you closer to your consciousness and the spirit world. That's why it's always good to walk in nature. So please find a tree. The tree has a frequency that you will vibrate at. If you sit down by a tree, the tree is vibrating at a frequency. It's older than you, it's stronger than you, it's wiser than you, and it will vibrate so that you vibrate at the same frequency. Thus, you will connect to the spirit world. Remember, a tree is not a tree. A tree is all the trees. They're all connected underneath, right? So Mother Earth itself is a consciousness. So when you're sat down, you're connecting to the consciousness. You're connecting to the tree, which is connecting to the consciousness. So it's very powerful, but you've been told none of these things, so you don't believe them. Thus, you cut that out and you don't believe it. So that's how they get you. They tell you it's all nonsense. They tell you all of this is hocus pocus. They've done it deliberately. And yet the ones who tell you this are actually doing all of these things to use that energy for their own deviousness, which can be done. So your turn to use this energy. It's your turn to use this ancient wisdom like these monsters do. Okay. Right. So, but you're using it for the right reasons. You're connecting to the spirit world, not to monsters. Monsters connect to monsters. Monsters don't connect to the spirit world. They can't. Okay. And there's a lot of monsters walking amongst us. So, the oils that I would recommend, again, the mind, pineal gland. What is the pineal gland? It's a cone. And what's a cone? Pine cone. So I created an oil, and you can go and get it yourself, pine oil, and that's the awakening. It's over there. The awakening oil is over there somewhere. I put it down, I thought. Anyway, I've got one called the awakening oil. So you use the awakening oil or pine oil, mix it with some kind of base oil, okay, and just rub on the temples, rub on the third eye, rub on the crown, rub on the back of the neck, rub pulse points, rub together in house, breathe in quite a lot of times, and try and do that through the day. I used to do it every 2 hours, so I keep my oils with me and rubbed them every couple of hours, kept it going, kept working on here. I'm not trying to feel anything and find anything. This is just the beginning. It's like putting your suit on before you're going to do something, okay? So there's another oil which I absolutely love now and I use all the time. It's called Golden Heart, and this is that Golden Heart. So the Golden Heart is for the heart. It's only to strengthen the heart. You strengthen the heart, you strengthen the connection to the consciousness, and that is phenomenal. So every 2 hours you'll be rubbing this on the heart. 3 drops, rub on the heart, take it in your hands, breathe it in your nose, and let the work be done. If the oil is good and it's really true and it's organic and it isn't with any kind of pesticide, poisons and crap, you're going to feel the benefit. Okay, and finally, the final oil which I recommend is a mixture between 3 oils. It's probably the most powerful oil I've ever made. It's called sacred oil. The sacred oil comes with Palo Santo, which is the tree, as you all know, from Peru. And so that is 100% Palo Santo, beautiful oil. And then you've got frankincense from the most beautiful place of where frankincense comes from. You bring that together with sage oil, and that is what creates the sacred oil. So my sacred oil should be used anywhere where you feel you need it. So you have to connect to that. You have to feel where you want to put it. Okay, so it might be the heart, it might be the third eye, it might be anywhere on the body. You might just want to breathe it in. You might want to use it in places that you just, why did I just put it here in the ears? Why did I put it at the back of my ears? You know what? I just feel I need to rub it in my belly button. I don't know why, but I just feel I need to put it on my solar plexus. I just, wherever you feel, you might want to go to the back. And the reason why is because sacred oil clears negativity away. It clears negativity from the body. So it heals the body. So if there's any negativity, it's going to run away from where you're putting it. It's going to shoot off. So you're going to clear negativity in the body by rubbing it onto the surface of your skin. All of my oils are 100% genuine, organic, and the highest quality you're going to get, the highest quality. So you're safe with my oils, and you don't have to worry about them at all, and they will do their job. That's a promise. And I'm also going to promise you guys one thing, that on come Monday morning, I'm going to ask the girls to do a special offer for 120 euros, including DHL delivery for all my oils. That is not including Don Tolman's oil, because I'm no longer selling that. So that is for all my oils. So just wait before. Don't spend 250, 300, whatever it is. Just wait. On Monday, I'll put a special offer on for you guys, so you can buy all them oils and you can start working with them when they get to you. Okay, so oils, incense, we've talked about that. Crystals are a frequency that nobody really truly understands. People think, oh yeah, they're pretty, they don't really work. Well, if you're high in sensitivity, you know they do work. And I promise you they work. So there's certain crystals in this world which will work on an energy of connecting you to your spirit world, to your higher self, help awaken, help strengthen the pineal gland, the heart. So these are some of the things that I would use. So this is one of them. This is a bit deluxe, so it's a bit rare. These are flowers. So this is what's called amethyst. So this is high quality amethyst. Okay, so these are amethyst. So I'll just show you what it looks like. That's cut, and this is what it looks like in its raw form. So what you're seeing there is them. So amethyst. So amethyst is a beautiful crystal. Okay, you can use more than one crystal to wear, which is also fantastic. So I'll run through the list of what I feel are good. Now, the crystal I wear is my highest and most prized possessed, because of all the crystals I've worked with over the years. These 3 have been my best friend. So there's a reason why these 3 are together is because they take me to a higher place where I want to be. So this is the perfect combination that I find. So that is a tektite from, I think this one is from Vietnam, and then that's MOLDAVITE, and that's Herkimer diamond. But I'm going to also, if you want to write this down, also try moonstone. Any moonstone. Moonstone is fabulous to help you connect. Hemimorphite is a bluey colored, light bluey sun colored crystal. Fantastic for connecting to the spirit world, fantastic for healing sadness and grief, which is one of the things that block us. Pink petalite is also a great gentle mover into feeling and to healing. So great for children as well. So that's amazing. So if you've got children, you know, who you want to feel connected to their grandmother because they've missed them, put that on, and they'll get a connection for sure. There's another crystal which is, I think it's like a I've got some on my website, but maybe I can't remember what it's called. Celestiobarite. Celestobarite, something like that. Anyway, I think it is. That's another good crystal. Very interesting to wear and very, very powerful. Also, I've just brought out another crystal, which is moldavite, tektite, and Libyan desert glass. Again, I'm just working with that at the moment, and I'm getting some amazing connections through the night and my meditations. So fabulous. This one, I'm getting some great energy. So the energy that comes off this is phenomenal, and it not only sends a wave to certain parts of your body, but it actually creates an energy around which your energy starts to connect with. So it will help you. You'll feel better. You'll feel stronger. So that's, oh, on a side note, if you wear these, you'll also be surprised how easy it is to connect to the spirit world, and how easy is the spirit world connected to you. There's something very natural about these seeds, and these are mala beads. Okay, so try some of them with your crystals. This is what I used to use as a healer. I used to go to a tree as well every night. So find a tree. Okay, find a tree. It's incredible. That's all I can say. Let the tree find you. Go and hunt for a tree. Sit with the tree as much as you can. Self-healing. You don't have to be an expert on self-healing. I said it very simply. One hand up. Doesn't matter which hand up. The other hand towards your body. And just let your hand go where it needs to go. And if you feel any heat or tingling, stop. And put your hand there until the heat and tingling stopped. And then if you feel a little weird in another part of the body, move your hand to that other part of the body. So just work on that. If you don't feel anything, work on your stomach, work on your heart, and work on your head. Those three places, you can't go wrong. Okay, how long? 5 minutes. That's fine. You can do it through the day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Doesn't matter. If you can, it's a real blessing. Okay, if you become a healer, fantastic. That's the number one. That's the number one to connect to the spirit world. Become a healer. So whether it's Reiki, pranic healing, whatever healing techniques you go to, honestly, become a healer. It's another level. Emotions. Now, the one thing that stops us is our emotions. So the spirit world recognizes your emotions and they watch you. So let's just say that you're thinking about somebody you love. I want you to now jump into their shoes, wherever they are in the spirit world, and now look at you and ask yourself, to say you're the family that you love. Ask yourself, what's the person that I love down there? How are they doing? And you're going to look at the weakest part of yourself. The weakest thing that upsets you most of all about things. So it could be that you miss them very much, or you feel guilty, or there's something inside you that you just can't shift. That's what you need to focus on. So come back to yourself and say, okay, write it down, or put it in your mind. Say, I need to fix this and heal this. Okay. And that way it's a question you can put to your family in the spirit world as you're spending your 7 days talking to them. Give me answers to try and heal this. Okay. The body needs to be cleared of negative little tiny things that enter into your body as you're walking around. So you use a feather. I know it's stupid, and you've seen this in Coming to America, right? Merry New Year. But there's a reason why we use feathers. Feathers clean away negative energy, negative little tiny pieces of memory that shouldn't be there. So that clears it away. The other good thing is this as well. Some people don't like it, but it's real hit to the pineal gland, and it opens up your mind and clears it. It's called Agua de Florida. Opens your mind, breathe it in. You'll be coughing like crazy, but it's clearing that. Some people don't like it. I do. And it really, really helps with clearing the mind. It might give you a massive headache, but the headache is only the precursor to the joy and happiness that's coming. So sometimes things are blocked in the mind, and the headache, basically that clears whatever it needs to be cleared, and then the headache comes because you're clearing away whatever it is. Okay, finally, we're nearly at an hour. Finally, one of the most important things that I found along my journey 20 years ago was the signs. And the signs were always there, but I refused to see them. I refused to acknowledge them, and I didn't bear any attention to them at all. I didn't think they were worth anything. However, when you start speaking to the spirit world and ask for signs, you'll start to see your signs and recognize them. And the signs will become stronger and stronger and stronger day by day by day. Those signs can be little signs. They can be just, my friend just told me something the other day. I hadn't spoken to her for a long time. And she said she was thinking about a dad in a shop because she saw these, you know, Father's Day things in the shop. And she had a little bit of guilt and feeling guilty. It's been 20 years since he died. And she bought them. She just felt I'm going to buy them. I know he's not here anymore, but I'm going to buy them anyway. And she went to the counter, and the guy said to her, do you want to buy, there's a real beautiful special offer on at the moment with Aero, chocolate Aero. Would you like some? And she started crying because it was her dad's favorite chocolate. Out of all the chocolates, that's what he used to eat. And she started crying, and she sent me a message. She said, I know it sounds stupid. And I'm like, no, welcome to my world. So sometimes spirit works through people, and often they do. So they can't always work through us. But, you know, you could argue the fact, and I could have said to her, well, you were brought to see Father's Day stuff, and then you were brought to the counter after buying them, and then the man told you what you needed to hear. So they're always working through us, even though we think they're not. They're always with us. They're always guiding us. They're always trying to. Sometimes we just don't see it. This beautiful 1 hour little deep dive that I share with you of golden nuggets are only the beginning of your journey. It's you and only you that is the master of your journey. You create your connection to the spirit world whichever way you feel works best for you. Don't shut out, don't turn away, don't close your ears to what your consciousness speaks to you. Don't start worrying about, oh, is it my mind? Is it my mind? Follow what feelings that come to you and go with them, right? You can't do anything wrong. You can only do. And if it's right, then it will present itself. But they're always with us. So enjoy the journey, be joyful, connect to somebody that you love for the next 7 days. If you've got some of these natural oils from Mother Nature, if you've got some of those fruits, if you've got some of those pictures and all those things that I'm sharing with you, if you can clear the fear away for 7 days and say, I'm going to be fully focused on a member of family, then enjoy the journey, okay? Just enjoy the journey. There's so many other things I could have talked about, like I could have talked about 1,000 more other things, but just embrace one of these things. If you embrace 2 of them, well done. But whatever, do it with the intention that it's going to work. You're not going to make it happen, but it's going to work. Don't try and make anything happen. Just say it's going to work, because this is how life is. This is how it works. So in theory, you don't even need to say it's going to work. But if it hasn't worked for you before and you haven't felt anything before, just say, of course it's going to work, because this is the steps towards connecting to the spirit world. Why? Well, Mark said so. Well, how does he know? Well, he worked with clients for years, and he connected to them, and he shared information, and he spoke to spirit, and spirit gave information that helped thousands of his clients and heal and connect. I am wishing you a lovely day, guys. I'm going to hopefully, you know, be on a roll and do more of these, not just about, you know, connecting to spirit, but other things. I want to try and embrace as much as I can with you along this journey. I want to say thank you with all my heart. If there's anything that you need, anything I can do to help, let me know. It's info@markbajerski.com. I do my best to try and help people with gifting as much as I can along this journey. But also, you know, if you've got any ideas of special offers that I can put up, and I will get the price right down, and I do my best that way as well. I do as much as I can to help you along your journey to feel happiness, joy, and hopefully one day you won't even need to listen to people like me, because you are in the place of knowing and understanding. So good luck, and with all my heart, take care. See you later, everybody. Bye for now.